Hi, this is Marie Manning, and I'm training, teaching, sharing today on QR codes. They're super simple. They do one thing and one thing only. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you and a few ideas and ways to use QR codes. Okay, QR codes are super, super simple. One QR code, one purpose. Or like I wrote on the slide, one scan, one action. Why QR codes? I think they all came into our thought process during COVID. If you were dining out, you started seeing the stickers on the table, you scan the QR code, you placed your order. Was an easy way for restaurants, truthfully, to stay open during that time. And it really introduced anyone who didn't know what a QR code was to a QR code. Why do I think they're great for marketing? Because what we say in marketing is when you lower the bar, you get a lot more yeses, or less friction means more yeses. You make it easy for people. One action, make it easy. How do QR codes help? They can help people join your Lions Club. They can help people sign up for a specific volunteer slot or know what volunteer opportunities are available. If you're doing a fundraiser, QR codes are great ways to order. They're also really great ways to donate. Yes, I still write checks, but not everyone does. QR codes have one rule. That's one scan, one action. Stated a different way, each QR code has to do one thing. It can't do multiple things. It's got to do just one. Going back, signing up on a sign up sheet, getting someone's email. That's the purpose of a QR code. You need to put your QR code somewhere. A lot of different ways to do it, a lot of free ways to do it. One free way to put your QR code somewhere is to put it on a Google Sheet, but make sure you make that Google Sheet shareable. Okay. So there's an anchor behind it. A QR code doesn't just float out in space waiting to encounter someone who wants it. Hopefully that's good imagery. It has to live somewhere and do one specific thing. So I'm going to take you over to Canva and share how to get the QR code. A lot of times when I hop into Canva, I tell it exactly what I want. I want a QR code. And this is what Canva gives me. A lot of ways to use it, no way to make it. That's because Canva doesn't think the same way I do. So your sidebar for Canva, you'll want to go into your apps and you'll want to tell it that you want a QR code generator. You want to create one. This is the easiest and freest way to do it that I found. So you tell it you want a QR code. What I always do is I tell Canva I'm going to use it in a new design, and then I lie to Canva. I tell it I'm going to use it in the logo. That's going to bring something up that's 50 by 50. It's a nice white square. Remember I said earlier, it doesn't just float around in the universe waiting for someone to connect with it. You got to have it live somewhere. Okay. It can live on a Google Sheet. It can live on your Clubhouse platform as long as it's on a specific page. It has to live somewhere. I own more than one domain. The people in the back are laughing. They probably know how many domains I own. So www.elcobling.com is something I own. Okay. I'm going to tell it to generate a code. Voila. And then depending on my mood, I make the code big. How big I make the code depends on what I want the code to do. But I want you guys to really see this code, so we're going to make it big and still give it a nice, even white frame around it. Okay, you'll notice that this code is a free code, has 3 distinct squares, and that other corner, it's kind of hodgepodgey, okay? It's a sign of a free code, all right? Codes that have a logo, codes that have 4 nice squares, codes that look a lot more uniform, people pay money for those. We have a code, and that is what we came to get. And this, the price is right, is free. Okay, going back to our PowerPoint. Okay, we made one. Now you download it. I'm not going to download that one because that email address has a function and it's not about QR codes. You download it and then you test it. Hello, test. And in my world of testing, we usually want to test things twice. So I have a QR code that I made earlier. It's up on the screen. When you pull a QR code up on the screen, you'll get a yellow box that gives you where it's going. If you happen to do this one with me, it's going to take you to mondaylionsminute.com. What's that going to do? That's going to take you to a page where you can sign up to get an email in your inbox every Monday morning from me with some marketing tips. You want to keep your QR code free and clear. You saw when I made the one in Canva, when we generated it, I made it big, but I still kept that white space around it. You want to keep it readable. Well, and you always want to test it on 2 phones. In a perfect world, one would be an iPhone, the other would be an Android. And what you want to do is make sure that your QR code does something, just like mine does. This one will take you to the Monday Marketing Minute. I'd love it if you saw this and signed up, and I'd hop in your inbox on Monday morning. That's what the code does. It eliminates the friction of the hassle. That's its goal. That's what it's supposed to do. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to thank you for spending maybe 10 minutes with me. Ideally, this was on a Sunday afternoon, but a lot of us have plans when this was scheduled. So if you know, you know, and I'll see you there. If not, I appreciate that you spent a few minutes with me talking about QR codes. Thanks so much. We serve.